Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, here we go. You are listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst mental assault and accents.
Oh, hello.
Hello, and it's noon. I'm currently drinking ice water.
I am too, except I found that my
Is that
can...
a beer?
No, it's sparkling water, and my can is bulbous, and so I have it sitting in a tiny dish so that it won't just roll off my table. Because look at the bottom of the can. It popped out. Nothing is going right for me today. It's been hilarious. It's been
Botulism?
No, I don't think it's botulism, but we'll find out. Chug, chug.
We'll find out. That's why you're burping so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the gases.
Probably. Also, I'm Amanda.
Oh, I'm Lucy.
Welcome.
The day you're having right now is my last Wednesday.
Yeah, you had a rough week last week. I'm just on a... suddenly I have 500 things to do today on a day when I already had 500 things to do.
On a casual Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is what it is. It's burgers and fries, people. Nobody's gonna explode if something doesn't get done. So I'm just...
Your can might explode.
My can might explode, but good thing I have two of these cans to... Okay. I don't know what I'm doing.
My sister-in-law showed me a shirt yesterday that said, what's that? All I want is serotonin and all I have are these huge tits or something like that.
Huge cans. Honestly, same.
Yeah.
But we're thriving.
That's what meds are for, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, today we have a pretty entertaining episode. I mean, I would like to think that all of our episodes are entertaining, but
God, I hope so.
Today's a little bit of a goofy.
It's a
little
goof.
goofster.
We've had a long string of some of the darkest, tear-inducing cases on record, so we needed something.
Get back to having fun.
We needed something goofy.
So I kind of had this idea because I was watching TikToks, which we'll get to, and there's a guy I follow on TikTok that, he reviews reality shows, and it surfaced in my mind how fucked up TLC as a channel is.
Bro.
So today's episode is a gal's pick, and we're calling it WTF TLC.
What the fuck, the Learning Channel?
What the fuck, the Learning Channel?
Y'all need to take a nap. Take a nap, baby. I'm
really excited to talk about the shit show that is TLC.
I'm so glad, because I'm only focusing on one show, but I imagine you're going to have a little more of a cornucopia for us.
I got a couple of shallow dives. I
Great.
sure do. And there was no shortage.
No.
From which to choose.
The pit is bottomless.
And actually, the least controversial show on TLC is my least favorite, which is Dr. Pimple Popper.
I do like that show. I hate the pimple popping videos, but I like the Dr. Pimple Popper show, probably because even if it gets too much, they even blur it out. And I'm like, thank you. You see me. You understand me. I'm there for the human interest stories. I'm not there like you and Courtney are for the popping videos.
No, I can't handle it. No. I'm averse. I'm popping averse.
Courtney loves that shit. Blorty. Sorry. Blorty.
Courtney is a sicko.
I love her.
I love her too. Okay, well, before we get into all that stuff, Amanda, what is our wine crime pairing for What the Fuck TLC?
I wanted to look at something kind of fun that would use the letters WTF. So I Googled WTF wines.
Oh my God.
And I found a wine company based out of the UK called WTF, which stands for Wine That's Fruit. Okay, to be fair,
that's slow-hanging fruit.
To be fair, the twist, if you could call it that, is that this is a line of canned fruit wines. So it's not like a canned cab. It's not. No, that you can make wine from other sweet fruits. It's using the same fermentation process without having to do it with grapes.
So it's not with grapes.
No.
Okay.
And they have the cutest branding. I'm sorry, I'm like choking on my Benjamin that I ripped. They have the cutest branding, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about this company. We can't get them in the US. This is like the worst wine pairing of all time, but we do have listeners in the UK. So y'all check out WTF Wine That's Fruit. This is a family-run business. They make fruit wine from locally sourced produce, helping support the community in Herefordshire, United Kingdom.
Oh, this is so cute. It also has like that underage prevention screen.
Yep.
But because it's in the UK, it's 18 and
Yeah.
not 21.
Their branding is adorable. Their can design is
It is
phenomenal.
really
I don't know
cute.
who's doing their photography and their graphic design, but it fucking slaps. Their vision is to redefine the world of wine one can at a time. Not all wine has to be the same. We endeavor to break the mold, MOULD, and bring on a new era of fruit wine while serving the UK. Their mission is to make fruit wine that can be enjoyed by everyone while creating an ethical and responsible company, both socially and ecologically. We aim to support our community wherever possible and achieve carbon net zero by 2025. So they were founded in September of 2019. And in November of 2019, they actually built a winery, in like their garden, like at their house.
My God.
That was equipped to make about 1,200 bottles of wine. So this was like an impressive at-home operation. They handpick fruits sourced locally from farms in and around the heart of the UK. In August of 2020, they experimented by making over 30 variations of wine from recipes that they researched and developed on their own. They started doing tastings in March of 2021, and people were loving it. And they took people's feedback to pick the most popular choices from participants in those tastings, and started making them in cans. So the most popular ones were apple, strawberry, white currant, and black currant. So by June of 2021, they teamed up with a place that can make these cans and develop it. They started manufacturing in September of 2021. They started working on their eco-friendly packaging. They're minimizing their carbon footprint. Everything is recyclable. And by August 2022, the wines were canned, sealed, and beautifully labeled, ready for launch. So they did like, imagine having
fast.
this. Yeah, November 2019 is when they like made the garden.
God.
I'm just like, these people worked their fucking asses off and wanted to support like local farming.
Okay, I'm also looking at their Meet the Team page on their website.
Aren't they adorable?
They all have nicknames. We have Skillful Simon, Resourceful Rachel, Savvy Steve, Party Peter, Coordinated Caitlin, and Naughty Nicole.
I tag yourself. I'm Naughty Nicole. So they do have a
Party
shop.
Peter.
You can go to winethatsfruit.com. That's WINETHATSFRUIT.com. And, you know, if you're in the UK, I do believe they ship and they'll let you know where you can get it. But yeah, they have taster packs. So the taster pack has all of those favorites, the white currant, apple. Oh wait, these have white currant, apple, strawberry, and raspberry. I wonder if you can kind of mix and match. And then, yeah, they have the other taster pack, which has the black currant in it. That was also a favorite. But these look so good. They kind of remind me of like a canned cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
They're around 13% ABV on the high end and 11% on the low end. So like they're not weak. They pack a punch, but you could still have one or two and not be like a complete disaster. These just look like such a fun, like hot end of summer moving into fall wine. So I wanted to feature them.
I love that.
Yeah, why not?
Wine not.
But instead, I'll toast my botulinum can and hit my Penji.
Botulinum toxin.
Botulinum.
Sick. It is like gaping.
It's pretty
drooping.
bulbous. It's pretty bulbous.
It reminds me of a primordial pouch.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's for
All right.
speed.
I love that. And for floating. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Lucy, I'm scared to ask. What
As you
is
should
our
be.
background, hopefully psych, and shallow dives on TLC?
Well, TLC has a very unique history, especially considering where we are today. So way back in 1972, the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare partnered with NASA to found what was meant to be an informative and instructional television network. NASA,
this is your fault.
this is all your fault.
It's all your fault.
They began developing plans to use NASA's ATS-6 satellite to test the feasibility of broadcasting education and health information. So this is the 70s. We're really just getting into satellites for like commercial use.
Even like TVs being in the home were a recent popular
Relatively
thing.
recent, yeah. And the idea is actually really cool. So basically this program with the intention of broadcasting like
Educational
classes,
content.
basically.
Yeah.
It became the Education Satellite Communication Demonstration, ESCD, which at the time it does, which at the time was a massive undertaking for education technology. So during this time, the Appalachian Regional Commission, the ARC, submitted a proposal to participate in the ESCD and use satellite technology to disseminate, quote, career education to teachers in the region.
Okay.
So I think Appalachia, you know, it's kind of like hard to get around. There's lots of really like isolated places. So they wanted to basically have like, what's it called? Like ongoing education for their teachers in that region via
that would be accessible.
A television show.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
So this proposal was accepted and the Appalachian Education Satellite Project, or AESP, was created. The ASP worked with local education service agencies to establish sites where teachers could go to watch these broadcast courses. So maybe not like in their own home, but at least making it a lot more accessible. And so then these courses were accepted for academic credit at 12 regional universities, which
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
It's a cool concept, but unfortunately it was short-lived. In October of 1978, so just like 6 years later, NASA announced technical difficulties with the ATS-6, the satellite, stating that it could not broadcast transmissions for 12 months at least, till they basically like assessed what was wrong.
Yep.
And they also had no plans to replace the satellite if they couldn't fix it. But the ARC, the Appalachian Council, would not be deterred from their bright idea and decided to purchase transponder time on a commercial satellite instead of ending its services just because NASA couldn't get its shit together.
Good for them.
So like, we can't use you. We're going to use someone else. However, this meant the satellite transmissions were no longer free and there were more expenses involved. In 1980, the Appalachian Community Service Network, ACSN, lots of acronyms.
So many.
Well, WTF TLC.
Right. Oh my God.
That's a lot of acronyms.
You crushed this.
I guess, yeah. So the ACSN was created as a nonprofit corporation with a board of directors appointed by the ARC, thus privatizing ownership of the channel and paving the way for a whole crop of future trash TV shows.
Oh, what a crop.
What a crop.
What a crop.
So the name of the channel was changed to The Learning Channel.
Perfect.
TLC. This new network expanded its coverage beyond the ARC community receiver sites, of course, because it's now like a TV show.
It's massive. Yeah.
And made its programming available to home viewers across the country. The content also expanded to include informational content. So they're experimenting with it's not just like classes for college credit.
Yep.
You know? It showcased documentaries on various topics such as Paleo World and Amazing Space.
I would watch the shit out of both of those.
Paleo World sounds great.
Sounds fucking awesome.
It's like, what's it called? Encino Man.
Yeah.
By 1982, the network had about 70 cable affiliates and 1.5 million subscribers.
Damn.
Growing quick.
Yeah.
Also, 70 universities, it went up from 12 to 70 universities granted academic credit for the courses that they were still showing on the channel.
Holy shit.
What I would give.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine there was an exam that you would have to take to get the credit, but like if
I'm sure, but like
could ingest all of my college credits through like reality television, I would be a fucking triple doctorate by now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What the fuck, TLC?
I'd be working on my 8th MBA.
Exactly.
But no, this isn't that. But when it boils down to, you could get college credit for watching documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
However, the network struggled financially and increasingly turned to corporate investment because this shit is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And in 1986, Info Technology Incorporated acquired a 51% stake in the company for a mere $3 million. 5 years later, when Infotech and its sister company, the Financial News Network, declared bankruptcy in 1991, Discovery bought the stake for a reported $32 million.
Okay. I knew that Discovery had bought TLC. I didn't know when, but
91.
Dang.
They
so it's
also
kind of their fault.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The big corporation, they know what makes money.
Mm-hmm.
They know what the people want.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Discovery also bought ACSN's remaining stake, so Discovery is now the full owner of the Learning Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Hearst and ABC each offered way more money for TLC, but both of them withdrew after TCI, another acronym, which accounted for almost a fourth of the channel's subscribers, couldn't guarantee that it would continue carrying the channel.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, well, we don't want to offer, $50 million for this channel if it could get slashed, viewership could get slashed by 25%.
Right.
And at the time, TCI owned a majority stake in Discovery Communications.
Okay.
So it was a little bit wonky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the end of all the boring shit. Once TLC became a part of Discovery, it dropped all of the formal education courseware and shifted the programming to something more appealing to more affluent audiences and advertisers. So they were like, we're not trying to attract people who are trying to learn.
Mm-hmm.
This is
What do you think this is? The Learning Channel?
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
We'll get to the tagline. By the late 90s, the channel's documentaries evolved into more reality-style educational programming. So do you remember the show A Baby Story?
Yes.
Yeah. I have really vivid memories of
I
watching
feel like
A Baby Story.
Baby Story is how we ended up with Teen Mom.
Yeah.
TLC walked so VH1 and MTV and now Bravo could run. Like, for fucking real, dude.
Bravo is sprinting. They also had a show called Medical Detectives, which later became motherfucking Forensic Files.
I knew it. I knew Forensic Files had started on TLC.
As medical detectives.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh. So then those led to home improvement shows like Trading Spaces.
Bro.
And
Unhinged.
Then, I follow an Instagram account. I think it's called like Trading Spaces Out of Context or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just screenshots with like the captions of what people are saying. Like one the other day said, it had this horrific like vineyard vine stenciling up around like the molding.
Uh-huh.
And the lady who was looking at it said, "Oh, look, it comes decorated."
Just the makeovers on that show were like good 5% of the time.
Yeah.
They destroyed so many of these houses.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the popular show What Not to Wear.
I was obsessed with this show. Like, forcing someone to listen to the most extreme takedowns of their wardrobe while on national television, having them throw their clothes in a giant trash can.
It's so cruel.
It's so cruel. I can't believe this was a thing, any of this.
Yeah, any of it. It was the late 90s.
Let me ruin your house. Let me throw out all your clothes and tell you that you're like a fugly bitch. Here's $500.
Let me show your traumatic birth experience on national TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so in 1998, the channel rebranded itself as just TLC and not The Learning Channel because no one's learning a goddamn thing around here anymore.
No one's learning a goddamn thing around here anymore. We used to make things in this country. Make
one's
TLC
learning.
the Learning Channel again.
No one's getting college credits anymore.
Fuck no.
And the programming drastically changed. And also at this time, the network bid farewell to its children's lineup.
It had one?
It had like kids shows.
Oh, yeah. The paleontology and space shows.
Amazing Space.
Yeah.
Trading
like,
Spaces.
oh, children should not watch this.
No, this
Everything
is not right.
on there is labeled like TVMA.
There's just a lot of bodily fluids on that
so
show,
much
on that channel.
Fluid.
It's real. It's real. It's raw and it's real. In 2006, TLC changed its tagline to they had a tagline which was Life Unscripted. And in 2006, they returned to their roots by introducing a new slogan, Live and Learn.
They're really using learn loosely.
Really loosely. In 2014, they rolled out a multi-million-dollar brand campaign and tagline, Everyone needs a little TLC.
Oh no.
So they launched this campaign via print spreads and on-air ad spots across key media outlets nationwide. According to TLC GM, Nancy Daniels, quote, the tagline, Everyone Needs a Little TLC, speaks to our mission of bringing viewers the content and experiences that resonate with their lives and give them a chance to satisfy their fascination with the unknown and understand the larger world around them.
She's like, yeah, we're bringing back the problematic idea of a freak show and putting it on your television.
Yes.
Also,
the word fascination carries a lot of weight in this quote.
It sounds like a slur used in this context. And the tagline,
I mean, when you think about the types of shows.
Yes, I know. It is.
Like
it's
little
super
people,
exploitative.
big world.
It's not, it obviously leaves a lot open for discussion about ableism and fat phobia and also the normalization and representation of fat people, people with disabilities being on television. Like there are
people who have sex with their cars.
Sure. That guy was a whole situation. So there are like pros to that representation, of course, but then there are also, I mean, the way that people have absolutely like torn apart these families, because when you open that up to the public, people are fucking monsters.
It's deeply exploitative.
Yeah, it's a snake eating its own tail, and then TLC is just raking in money. Also, the tagline, Everyone Needs a Little TLC, sounds to be like a softcore porn selection on like a hotel TV menu.
Oh.
Like that's how you find the porn at like Holiday Inn.
Yep.
Everyone needs a little TLC at the Holiday Inn Express.
Sick. I hate that so much.
Get it.
So since TLC is essentially just reality TV nowadays, here's a little bit of psychology about why we love reality TV so much. And of course, we have done a reality show episode. Pretty sure I talked more about the psychology in that episode. Dr. Haley Watson, clinical psychologist and CEO of the mental health education program Open Parachute, also rolls off the tongue.
Love that.
States that we are drawn to reality TV because it excites us. Quote, seeing scenarios that depict real life brings up the same feelings that we would feel if we were experiencing those situations ourselves.
I agree.
This releases hormones in our brain that suppress other, less pleasant emotions. That's why it feels like such an escape. You're drowning out anxiety. All,
your own life.
Your own reality.
Your own relentless life.
Yep. It's also, I mean, at its core, it's voyeurism.
Yep.
We like to see ourselves in these scenarios, but we also like to think that we are superior to them.
Mm-hmm.
And some TLC stars make that really fucking easy.
Let's go. Get to the trash.
So I got a few shallow dives into some TLC controversies.
Okay.
So the first one is from the show Cheer Perfection.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
are you familiar?
Yes. I didn't watch this, but I followed a lot of the scandal.
So okay. Cheer Perfection was a show that aired on TLC in 2012 that followed a group of young cheerleaders at Cheer Time Revolution, hereby shortened to CTR, located in Sherwood, Arkansas. The reality show was known for showing the painful realities of competitive cheerleading, like I'm picturing doing a basket toss and dropping her, something like that. It had the essential elements for a reality TV show. However, the show only lasted a year. What was the name of that Netflix show? Cheer?
Yeah.
Was it just Cheer?
I think it was just Cheer. Didn't they have a scandal too?
They definitely did. And these scandals are
similar.
However, that show did so well. And I personally was entrenched when it was like on Netflix.
Yeah.
So they were this show was ahead of its time in the competitive cheerleading reality shows. World. But yeah, only lasted a year. And that is because one of the moms featured on the show, a woman named Andrea Clevenger, was arrested in January of 2014 on the accusations that she sexually assaulted a teenage boy on multiple occasions.
Good God.
She turned herself into the authorities after 2 felony warrants were issued for her arrest. The victim was a 13-year-old boy who knew her daughter. Presumably the daughter was the cheerleader on the show.
Oh, no.
According to the arrest affidavit reported by Arkansas Matters, quote, the boy told police the sexual assaults happened at least 3 times.
Oh, my God.
Once on the sofa inside Clevenger's home and twice inside her vehicle.
Oh.
She was like alone with this child.
Oh, yep.
This is by far the grossest part. She also got the boy to take photos of his genitals and text them to her.
Oh, my God.
And
this woman is sick.
She was caught because his parents found the exchanges on his phone.
Can you imagine?
No. I'm glad they were monitoring his fucking phone.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah. That's just awful.
I mean, this is like why. So my niece can use the kid version of Facebook Messenger, and my sister's Facebook account is like copied on every single conversation that she has on that platform. And then unless she's like using my sister's phone to text us, that's the only time she has access to like texting.
There are like,
it's just so scary to raise kids with this much technology. It fucking freaks me the fuck out.
Between that and like fucking school shootings.
I can't.
I just hope that we can go live on Mars by the time she's 10. Get on that, NASA. You've had such a good track record.
As long as Mars doesn't allow guns.
No guns on Mars.
Yep.
During Clevenger's hearing in August of 2014, she pled guilty to first-degree sexual assault and engaging a child in sexually explicit conduct. This was from the Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Quote, her 10-year sentence will require her to serve 2.5 years before she can qualify for parole.
That's it?
Yeah. And her prison time will be followed by a second 10-year sentence that will be suspended on the condition that she continues to keep away from the teen once she's been released.
No. Okay, so she'll keep away from the teen, but what about all the other teens?
Exactly.
And I know she's not going to be, hopefully, allowed to like work in a school or with children, but that doesn't mean she won't have any access to teenagers.
Yeah. So she was released on August 21st of 2017, and this is a list of the special conditions placed on her release. So she needed an employment plan, total abstinence from alcohol. She probably blamed
Yep.
being drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Internet access with assessment only. I think that means like monitored
Yep.
internet access.
Parental controlled Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. Your teenager can monitor your computer activity.
Uh-huh.
No unsupervised physical contact with any minors. She has to get mental health counseling, periodic testing, I'm assuming like drug testing.
Mm-hmm.
She must register as a sex offender. She must have no contact with the victim or his family unless it's court ordered, and get a mental health assessment. And so that's really gross, but that was not the only stain on the shirt of Cheer Perfection. A couple of days after Andrea's arrest in 2014, another Cheer Perfection star was arrested for possession of marijuana.
No.
On the opposite end of the spectrum of seriousness of crimes.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I wouldn't even report on that after this fucking...
Well, TMZ reported on it, and I'm including a quote from TMZ, which is very obviously published by TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
Cheer Time Revolution co-owner Ronald Dunlap has been arrested for marijuana possession and possession of drug paraphernalia. According to the Sherwood Police Report, Dunlap and CTR coach Ryan Dahl, who doesn't actually appear on the show, it's just Ronald who appeared on the show.
Okay.
Were popped around 1 a.m. this morning after an officer claims he found them inside Dahl's car, which reeked of pot. When confronted, the officer claims Dunlap and Dahl fessed up to smoking weed and were placed under arrest. The officer claims he also found a glass pipe in the vehicle.
Uh-oh.
Deeply unserious.
Deeply unserious. Okay, go
Especially
off TMZ.
in contrast. I know, TMZ.
TMZ is immaculate.
TMZ is the TLC of journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my next shallow dive is about a little show. You might be familiar with it, called Here Comes Honey Boo Boo.
Girl! Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yeah.
That's how we got Honey Boo Boo.
That is how we got Honey Boo Boo.
But
Wasn't she drinking like Mountain Dew, but she called it like her go-go juice or something?
Yeah, like straight from the 2-liter. This kid was an icon, but like all of this kind of ruined that family's fucking life.
We'll get to how much it ruined.
Way to go again, TLC. You're 2 for 2.
So Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was a reality TV show that followed the life of Toddlers and Tiaras competitor Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and her family, including her sisters Chickadee, Chubbs, and Pumpkin, and her dad, Sugar Bear.
Oh, Sugar Bear.
So followed them through their day-to-day lives. The show ran from 2012 to 2014.
Which shocks me because...
Just 2 seasons.
2 seasons of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, and they've stayed, at least Mama June has clawed her way onto television for so long that it like blows my mind that the original show was actually only 2 seasons.
I know. Well, yeah. Yeah, same. I was shocked about the 2 seasons thing. So I was like, I feel like I see clips of that shit constantly.
I know. It was a lot of content. The seasons of these things are long, though. Isn't it like 28 episodes or something wild like that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway.
So the show got axed after its 2 seasons on air after there were reports about Mama June's connection with yet another convicted child molester.
Yup.
It's a pretty gross theme we have going on here, but it's just 2. Only 2 of my 3 shallow dives have anything to do with child sexual assault.
Okay. Thank God.
I think. I don't remember what my third.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Only 2. Okay.
Girl.
I'm going to stop collecting my cat's hair.
Yep. Stop?
I threw it away, and Corey was shy. He saw it in the trash, and he goes,
You were going to bring it to me for the live show.
I was going to bring you the book.
And the hair.
Oh, well, I threw the hair away. I thought we just agreed on the book. You have 2 cats of your own.
It's recorded. This was a consensually recorded conversation.
It was recorded because
Roll
it was
the
the
beautiful feed footage.
vodka crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Of course I don't remember agreeing to bring you a bag of cat hair.
You know what? Fair. Forgiven. Still broken, but forgiven.
I'm bringing the book.
Okay. Because you have 2.
Back to this. Back to Mama June.
Right. Oh, right.
Oh, okay. So it was rumored that she had been seeing a guy named Mark McDaniel, a Georgia man convicted of aggravated child molestation in 2004. This was allegedly against June's eldest daughter when she was 8 years old.
Okay.
So obviously Mama June had been hanging out with him in 2003, 2004. He went to prison. He served 10 years in prison and was released in March of 2014. She immediately got back with him.
That is so fucking sick to get back together with the person who abused your child.
Yes.
Oof.
Yep. So that obviously caused a rift between June and her daughter. And the relationship rumor came about after Mama June and Sugar Bear's joint statement on the show's Facebook page confirmed their split. So,
but she'd been cheating on Sugar Bear with this Mark McDaniel guy for sure.
Probably. I can't say I've ever seen this show.
Yeah.
Which is... I watch a lot of reality TV. And for some reason, this one was just like... I don't think I'm going to get into that.
I didn't. I watched like a couple episodes of it and then I was like, this feels gross.
It feels gross.
I need to take a shower after watching this. Like my conscience needs a shower.
Yeah. Rinse off that. You got to smooth out your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
A network representative stated, quote, TLC has canceled the series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and ended all activities around the series effective immediately. Supporting the health and welfare of these remarkable children is our only priority. TLC is faithfully committed to the children's ongoing comfort and well-being.
Good. I mean,
network made the right decision. So, sorry,
and yet, Mama June came back.
You can't get rid of Mama June.
Oh, God. It's like a bad penny.
So, yeah. TLC did the right thing, and so they canceled the show, and so of course Mama June denied seeing McDaniel, and then TMZ posted photos of her and McDaniel, this is so gross, in a hotel room together.
Yuck. Okay. I don't think that it's ethical if TMZ snapped those photos. Maybe were they leaked photos that they had taken, her and McDaniel?
It just says they posted the photos.
Okay, well, I don't know. But
I don't know if
will say about
them. That'd be gross if they took them like through the window.
That's what I mean. That's like, because I'm just going to endorse TMZ for one thing here, okay? Because though they are the
second
TLC,
time we've endorsed TMZ.
I know, right? While they are definitely the TLC of journalism, they break a story so fucking fast all the time, and they're often like right, like they're ahead of the story.
Was it Kobe Bryant?
Yes.
Yeah, they broke that story.
I mean, let's be real. Blortney gets like all of her breaking news from TMZ. She sends us so many TMZ links.
People and TMZ.
Oh, we're ahead of the press circuit. We know shit way before it hits Facebook. Thank you, Blortney. Coming in live.
All of the Chris Watts stuff.
Oh yeah,
people was on it. Okay, so Mama June. TMZ publishes these pictures. Mama June gets all defensive about it. I'm not dating a child molester who molested my own daughter. I don't want my show to get canceled. So she posted, this is an exact quote. It isn't true, I promise. My kids are #1 priority over anything else, and I would never put them in danger, period, over this or anything else. They are my life. This is my past. I left him 10 years ago for it, and I wouldn't go back. And her daughter, Pumpkin, told Radar Online that her mother, quote, left Mark 10 years ago. And her eldest daughter wasn't having it. There was a rift there. In 2017, Mama June went on to get another television show called Mama June From Not Too Hot.
Yikes.
How she got another TV show at this point is beyond me, but it aired on WeTV. You can currently find it on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
It reportedly documents her weight loss journey from 460 pounds down to 160 pounds.
Yeah,
300 pounds.
It's a pretty incredible transformation, that's for sure.
Yeah. And she looks so bizarre.
Yeah. I think there have been a lot of tweaks to the face. Cosmetic procedures, which like, you do you. You do you.
Yep. But of course, she had a lot going on in her life, not just losing 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
On March 13th, 2019, Mama June and her then boyfriend, Gino, were arrested and charged with felony possession of drugs and drug paraphernalia. It was crack.
Mm-hmm.
At a gas station in Alabama, with Gino facing an additional charge of domestic violence.
Great.
She later said that they together had a $2,500 a day meth habit.
Yikes. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And Alana, Honey Boo Boo, has like talked to, I think, Teen Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
She's talked about her mom's
Addiction.
drug issues and addiction issues. So it's all out there. Following this, the next season of Mama June From Not Too Hot was rebranded Mama June, From Not Too Hot, Family Crisis.
Come on, guys. Colon.
Too many colons.
Triple colon. What I wouldn't give.
What I wouldn't give for a colon that works that hard.
Yeah, I don't even need a triple colon. I just need one working colon.
A girl can dream. The fifth season was called Mama June, Road to Redemption.
Okay.
And then they changed it back to just Mama June, Family Crisis.
Yeah.
For season 6 in 2023.
6 seasons.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, this is why we see so many clips online, because not all the clips we see are from Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. I see tons of clips from when they were teenagers into adults. She stole like a ton of money from her kids.
She sure did.
Yeah.
So after her arrest, Mama June lost custody of Alana, Honey Boo Boo, who went to go live with her sister Pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Also in December of 2023, her oldest daughter, Anna, the one who was allegedly sexually abused, died of cancer at the age of 29.
Oh, dude. And this was a crazy episode. I saw clips of this at, I think it was Mama June's house or something. They were hosting a little family only, just the girls memorial for Anna to honor her. And Mama June co-opted it and turned it into a vow renewal, like a surprise vow renewal with her husband.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this woman is the fucking worst. Yeah, she had like bought houses and done all this shit with all this money that was supposed to be in like a trust. A large portion of it, they were just going to share it, obviously, with the family while Alana was a minor. But like, she stole a fuck ton of that money, bought a bunch of shit, bought houses, did all this crap. And by the time it was like time to hand over Honey Boo Boo's like account, it had like less than 20 grand in it. And it should have been like millions of dollars.
Holy shit, that's awful.
Yeah, it's really, really bad.
Well, I have a new show to watch.
Uh-huh.
Last but not least, we have a short-lived TLC show with the title, My Husband's Not Gay.
No.
Have you heard of this before?
No. What is this?
It's pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, yeah. But how? How?
My Husband's Not Gay premiered as an hour-long documentary special in 2015, and folks were quick to realize how fucking problematic that is.
Mm-hmm.
So the show centered around, I think 3 Mormon couples.
Of course it's the Mormons.
It's always the Mormons.
It's always the Mormons.
As they navigate the fact that their husbands are all attracted to men, but they don't act on it.
No.
So they refer to this as SSA, same-sex attraction, as if that's not the same thing as being gay, because they don't act on it.
Well, and if it's don't say gay, I'm not gay. I just want to blow a bunch of dudes.
I'm just struggling with my SSA.
I am in recovery from my SSA. This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I hate religion, dude.
I know, it's the worst.
The worst.
They specifically do not want to live the gay lifestyle because of their Mormon religious beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
In the lead up to the special's premiere, more than 100,000 people signed a change.org petition to get it canceled.
Yeah, don't fucking platform this. You know how harmful this is? This is in fucking kids and adults television sets on every spectrum of sexuality and gender.
So obviously it depicts sexuality as a choice, which it is not. And it also promotes conversion therapy, which is incredibly damaging.
I was just going to say it sounds like a fucking conversion therapy PSA, like paid ad.
So the format of the show, the documentary, quote unquote, definitely suggests that they were planning on making it a running series, which didn't happen. So apparently the backlash worked.
Good.
There's also a guy on TikTok named Julian Hagens. I just know him from TikTok, but apparently he has a reality show podcast called Reality Rewatch. And his commentary is so funny. He'll watch an episode and then like someone will say something absurd and he'll like pause it and be like, did you hear what you just said?
Give his commentary. Yeah, I love it. I'm going to follow this.
At one point, one of the husbands asks his wife if he can go on a camping trip with like a bunch of dudes he barely knows.
It's an hour-long shower with guys. It's a golden shower.
It's a guy's afternoon in.
It's
a gay.
A gay.
That's not right. So 10 years later, all of these couples are still married. And most of them are now therapists.
Yeah, probably to fucking spread their message of you can therapy your way out of being gay.
Yep. At least one of them says he specializes in
SSA.
Issues related to SSA.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
You're all fucking monsters.
My husband's
Enjoy
not
hell.
Gay.
Good God.
The damage that does is astounding.
It's astounding that, girl, you dug up some problematic shit. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So that is my segment. I had a little bit of psych. I had a couple shallow dives. And I have a new goal for the remaining waning days of the summer, which is to watch every episode of Mama June shows.
Just like pirate it so she doesn't get any fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
Find it on
going through any legal routes.
Borrow somebody's set of DVDs.
Do you have it on Blu-ray?
Do you have them on Blu-ray? So I can play them on my Xbox. I have something special for you today. Not just you, Lucy, but this would be a really good time. And I want to make very clear, this isn't why I did this. This was the only way that my brain could process this information. But this would be a very good time to get on our Patreon at $5 and up to get video episodes. Because I will be sharing my screen now to present my PowerPoint presentation on Sister Wives.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. No wonder you needed a visual representation.
I did. My segment today is entitled Sister Wives, a Manic Episode by Amanda Jacobson.
A Mandic
episode because, did you see that I sent you a TikTok at like 2 a.m.?
I sure did. The Prophet.
Yeah, so that was
the San Andreas Fault Prophet.
That was around the time I completed this. So that tells you what state I was in.
Yep. I'm sorry I didn't reply.
No, oh my God. I was hoping that I wouldn't wake you up But I also, in my mind, I was like, I probably shouldn't send this just in case her phone buzzes. And I was like, but no, she needs to know that I saw this at 2 a.m. and had to send it to her. Yeah.
I did. Thank you.
So thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Here we go with my presentation. Slide number 2, the basics. Sister Wives premiered September 26th, 2010, which was like really part of TLC's problematic golden years.
Absolutely.
2010 was a wild time.
Mm-hmm.
The show is considered a response to HBO's Big Love, starring Bill Paxton of Twister and Titanic and Now Dead, who was the patriarch of a polygamous family. He was the polygamous husband to 3 wives who were played by Jean Triplehorn, Chloe Sevigny, and Jennifer Goodwin. I didn't see that show. Did you see that show?
No.
I heard all
you're
about
really
it.
selling it. It sounds amazing.
I think my mom watched it.
She would.
2 weeks when this airs, I'll be getting a text from her. I think she watched it, but I was never really into Sister Wives. I've only seen like bits and pieces of it, which is part of why I had to make this PowerPoint presentation, because I'm like, I had to teach it to myself, and this was the only way that I could do it.
Okay.
The show has 18 seasons, with the last airing in August of 2023. So this shit has stuck the fuck around.
Jesus Christ.
I think that it's done mostly because he's down to 1 wife. So like it's not really
Sister wife doesn't have the same ring.
And this last remaining wife and all the other wives like don't like her. So I don't think that there's a show there at this point.
Amazing.
When the show initially aired and almost until its completion, Cody and his 3 wives shared 12 children with a 13th on the way. I think now they have 18 kids in the family.
Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot. So these are the wives. Cody, disgusting. He's in the center here.
Jesus Christ.
Top
he looks
right.
wet.
I know.
Okay.
Choices were made.
And Cody with a K.
Cody with a K. Top right is Robin. She's like bottom bitch. She's the favorite wife. Okay.
I can tell by the look on her face.
She's the preferred wife. There's drama with that we'll kind of get into. Top left is Mary, and I think she was his first legal wife. We'll kind of get to that. Then we have Janelle in the bottom right, or bottom left, and Christine in the bottom right. So these are the 7 brides for 1 brother.
Ugh.
So if you were like me and didn't super watch the show, but have seen a million clips of it, but also were like, how does this work? Because bigamy was actually illegal in Utah where they lived. And they are a Mormon family, but they couldn't be legally married to each other. So this is how it works. It's something called spiritual marriage. And my featured photo for this slide is what's-his-face from Book of Mormon.
Oh my
Quote,
God.
Cody explained on the show that when he was about 20 years old, he followed his father's footsteps into a sect of the Mormon Church that believed in polygamy, which is defined as marriage in which a spouse of either sex may have more than 1 mate at the same time. Because there's only 2 genders. Men in the Browns family, Apostolic United Brethren sect of the faith, have a calling to marry multiple wives. So this is the sect that Cody is in, and it is in their religious practice, quote, have a calling to marry multiple wives. It's like written into their doctrine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, gross. While the law in Utah did not allow for multiple legal marriages, Cody would legally marry 1 wife and then spiritually marry the others by having these little commitment ceremonies for God, but they wouldn't actually be able to sign or register a marriage license because it's illegal in the state.
Yeah, okay.
So he was married to 1, spiritually married to the others.
Jesus.
So yes, I was correct. Here's the timeline of marriages, and there's a really great family tree, TLC family tree on this slide as well. So Cody, legally and spiritually, because it's both, married his first wife, Mary Brown, on April 21st, 1990. So this was their family long before They didn't like do this for the show. The show is because they were already doing this.
Okay.
His, quote, spiritual marriage to Janelle Brown, the next wife to come into the fold, followed in January of 1993. Then came another spiritual marriage to Christine Brown on March 25th, 1994. He last but not least spiritually married Robin in season 1 of the shows, almost 10 years later in May of 2010.
Wow. So and Robin is the favorite.
Robin is his favorite.
She's the newest.
She's the newest. And the other 3, Mary, Jordan, and Christine, were like really good friends. They got along really well. They co-raised their children together. They had like a great schedule with, I guess, fucking Cody. Bjorf. I fucking cannot.
Ish.
I'm going to lose my mind.
Did they all live in different houses at the beginning? Because I know towards the end they did.
They've had several properties, and they would almost have like their own pods and like little guest homes on the property that the wives could go to. But they also spent a lot of time in one large house. Okay. So they've kind of done both. The wives started expressing on the show that they felt Robin got special treatment above all the other wives after her arrival. One of the things that they noted was that, like, I guess for some reason this is really upsetting to them, and I respect it, but I also don't get it. For all the marriages, like all the weddings, Cody had not been super involved in like the quote unquote women's side of the preparation. So like the dresses, the wedding gown, like any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But with his spiritual marriage to Robin, he was like going above and beyond, and he like helped her pick out her wedding dress. And the other wives were like, bitch, he didn't help us with shit. He's out here fucking helping you pick out your wedding dress. No. I don't like this.
I don't like it either.
And it was just like kind of the vibe. Like he seemed to be prioritizing time with her, and the other wives just were not feeling it. Robin kind of came in and wasn't really getting along with the other wives right out of the gate, I guess. Then in 2014, Mary, his legal wife, and Cody divorce, but stay spiritually married. And they do this so that Cody can legally marry Robin.
I was going to ask if like the legal marriage holds more weight than the spiritual one.
It does, because, and part of the reason why people were freaking out about this, Robin can now legally co-make decisions of a financial nature, what property they own. He could put her on insurance, property, deeds, like all kinds of shit. And like she was like spending money and, you know, helping pick out houses and like all this shit. She had more power in the eyes of the law and in Cody's eyes than the other wives. Many speculate this was the result of the, quote, special bond between Cody and Robin, but Mary asserted and agreed to it. She said, for the kids. She said, quote, this was a decision that, quote from TLC, this was a decision that Mary made so that Cody could legally adopt Robin's 3 kids from another marriage. Those children were Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. So Cody and Robin, as far as I know, never had any children together because they were both older when they got married, and she has 3, you know, pretty much grown, like at that point, older kids.
She didn't need more kids.
She didn't need more kids, but he wanted to be able to legally adopt her children to bring them into the whole family. And so Mary agreed to a divorce so that Robin could marry him, and it would make the process of him adopting the children much easier.
Oh, okay. This is already so fucking messy.
It's so messy. The bonds drift further among the spiritual wives after a scandal with Mary that we'll get to, and mostly the COVID-19 pandemic. Quote, at some point during the COVID-19 pandemic, Janelle advised Cody not to visit her house because 2 of her adult sons who lived at home were socializing with friends. So it's like, don't come over here. You know, one of their sons, I don't know, it has not been following protocols. Like, I don't want you to get COVID, which is reasonable. Mm-hmm. But then like they're starting to drift apart because he's not visiting with her or the kids. Next, he stopped visiting Christine's house because she chose to travel to visit her children who lived away from home. He said he had strict rules in place, like asking people to change clothes every time they went out and to disinfect their mail to try and prevent his family from getting COVID, especially the young kids, which like, okay, sure. I remember when we were first in COVID, I was fucking disinfecting all my groceries. Yes.
Yeah.
But we kind of figured that out soon. And the most egregious part of this is coming. So Cody's refusal to visit any household other than Robin's also caused tension between him and Janelle's sons, who lived with her at the time. They confronted him on an episode of Sister Wives and also called Robin and blamed her for making the rules and tearing their family apart. They're like, you never even see us.
But they're his sons too.
Yes. His son's with Janelle, but she was divorced. She had another husband before that I think she had some kids with.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, either way, they're part of the family. And Cody is just like, well, I'm fucking off because it's COVID. I'm going to chill here with Robin while you guys are, 100 yards away in another house, but I'm not going to come spend any time with you because I don't want to get sick. And the kids were finally like, this is bullshit. Like,
yeah,
come on, dude.
Yeah.
Cody maintained that he had made the rules in order to protect the children. However, fucking Cody and Robin didn't get vaccinated.
What?
So he imposed all these rules for quote unquote the safety of his family, which to me sounds like I don't want to deal with all of you. I'm with Robin, but like I don't want the public backlash of leaving my other wives and then I lose my show because if I don't have my sister wives, then what the fuck am I even about?
Oh my God.
But they
never
wouldn't
even
get fucking
got
vaccinated. I don't know if they're vaccinated now, but like when vaccines came out, they didn't get them. They did not get vaccinated.
But they were so fucking worried.
It's so fucking annoying.
Oh my God.
So this rift compels Christine to divorce Cody and leave the family in 2021 with the support of spiritual wife Janelle. And these are not legal marriages, so divorce is basically like, bye.
I'm out. Moving out. Bye.
Janelle then leaves Cody in 2022, and Mary and Cody call it quits in January of 2023. So now Cody is just with Robin.
So the other women took their kids?
I believe
who were also his kids?
Yep. And some are grown and completely out of the house. I think there's probably a joint custody situation with the kids that they share. Any kids from the previous marriages just stayed with the moms.
Okay.
But, they also were getting money for being on the show and having like the family interact. So I think even after breakups, there were still like episodes that focus on the friendships, like the remaining friendships between the spiritual sister wives, and so that they could still have some storylines. Mary and Cody, like I said, call it quits in January of 2023, and we're going to get to why that is now. This was the scandal that rocked the family.
Is it a banana?
Oh, it's a banana, honey. From Business
I can't wait.
Insider.
Oh my God.
On later episodes of Sister Wives, Mary revealed, so his first true legal wife, revealed that after her legal divorce, she began to feel more emotionally distant from Cody and the family because, Cody loves Robin. She eventually sought comfort online and fell victim to a catfish. Mary gets catfished.
Mary.
As explained on the show and reported by People, our other favorite source, in 2015, Mary connected with someone she believed was a businessman from Chicago named Sam Cooper and formed an emotional relationship with him. So if you look at the photo in the top right, it's a side-by-side of like a hunky dude in a beanie.
Yep.
And then
not
hunky dude. That's just a woman with kind of Trumpy blonde hair.
Uh-huh.
So the guy is the alleged Sam Cooper. And I was looking on some Reddit forums. Apparently he has never been identified, and it's possible because the woman that is catfishing her is like a long time catfish. She's definitely fucking done this shit before. She may have photoshopped a picture to bring in other people's features so that like reverse image search and stuff wouldn't identify it.
Ooh, that's wacky.
I know, right? That's kind of wild.
Dang.
She later learned that she was actually talking to a woman who was posing as a man. From In Touch Weekly, quote, after 6 months of online communication, they were in a deep emotional relationship. Like, she was in love with Sam and was like making plans to leave her family. to
Were
be
they
with him.
sending money? Leave her like her kids?
I looked that up. I didn't see a history of sending money. That doesn't mean that it never happened, but this wasn't a financial scam as far as I could find.
So this was before? This was after she got a divorce.
After she got a divorce,
left him?
But she's still a spiritual wife.
Okay.
But she's having this online affair because she's lonely, and there's a rift between basically all the wives and Robin, who is living full-time with Cody. And by the time COVID comes, Cody is basically like, well, fuck all the other wives. I'm not leaving the house so I can just be with Robin. So like all of this was building up before basically all the wives left him and the whole COVID thing happened.
Okay.
After 6 months of online communication, Mary's romance with, quote, Sam came to a sudden halt after she discovered that her internet lover was actually a woman named Jackie Overton.
Oh my
Jackie,
God.
an infamous online scammer, tricked Mary into falling in love with her by pretending to be Sam, a business tycoon in his early 40s, which, like, the photo she's using, that guy looks 35 at most.
At the very most.
There's no way. After flirting publicly on Twitter, Mary and Sam, aka Jackie, started to chat privately on the phone. Mary even sent Sam naughty text messages, which Jackie later leaked, that included images of the TLC personality posing seductively with a banana.
Jesus.
So the picture's not super clear, but that is her, like, taking a sexy bite. It's a close-up on her mouth with the banana in it.
Next time I eat a banana, I'm going to take that exact picture.
The leaked messages and voicemails included a lot of Mary talking shit about Cody and like sharing her dreams to leave him and run away with Sam. So when all of this got leaked, I mean, Cody's a piece of shit. I don't like that fucking guy, but that would be tough on a marriage, even a spiritual one.
Even a spiritual one.
Mary tried to meet up with Sam several times, but he was either unavailable or would mysteriously back out and send his best friend Jackie, quote unquote, in his place.
Oh my God. No one wants to talk to Jackie.
In the bottom right is a photo of Mary and Jackie. This was taken at Disneyland.
They went to fucking Disneyland together?
I guess, because I think this, allegedly, according to Reddit, this was one of the incidents where she wanted to meet up, but Jackie came instead.
Yeah, I can't make it, but I'm going to send my best friend, this lady, to go to Disneyland with you.
And some of the comments on this Reddit post where I found this, I have so many questions. What rides did they go on? Did they eat a turkey leg together? Did Mary buy a Spirit jersey? Who is Mary's favorite princess? Did they share a pineapple whip? Did they share a churro and eat it from opposite ends like Lady and the Tramp? It's not a question of did they get the Dole Whip. It's Disney World law. You have to get the freaking Dole Whip. In some of these other leaked photos, you can see in this like weird collage that I have, there's some bathtub foot pics, more banana pics. Mm-hmm. And one is a photo of her arm where she had like scratched the name Sam into her forearm.
That's not healthy.
No, this whole relationship was not healthy.
Wow.
Mary obviously needed something, and Jackie Sam was providing the emotional fulfillment that she was lacking in her relationship with Cody, and it just blew up so publicly, and it's such it's embarrassing, is what it is.
Very.
So I mean, this would be tough. This would be a lot.
Yeah.
Quote, I didn't know how to get out of the situation without putting myself, my family, and my friends at greater risk. It was a very difficult time. I had a lot of anxiety. Mary, this is a quote that Mary gave to People magazine at the time, noting that she became fearful once she realized she was conned. Quote, my family was very concerned for our safety and angry that we had been targeted, she added. They were relieved once I told them what was really going on and saddened that I had been so afraid of involving them that I didn't go to them sooner. So I think it was like, what the fuck? Were you giving them money? Like you got scammed? Like what's going on? And she was like, no, it wasn't like that. But I did like have this relationship with this fake person.
And it wasn't like this person sought out Mary because she was on this show, like it was a fame thing.
It's hard.
Did it just happen kind of organically?
It's hard to know. They came across each other on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So I would have to go back through and see all of the screenshots of their early Twitter communication. But I'm not sure. It's possible. I mean, as Jackie is like a professional catfisher, she easily could have been seeking out a bigger name target.
Yeah.
And this went on for 6 months before she found out. If it had gone longer, there absolutely could have been a financial component involved that could have been really damaging to the family and to the children. But just this kind of embarrassing, not a good look situation when your family is so in the public eye and your children are on television.
Yeah.
That's
enough.
It's enough to really shake up the whole situation. So Mary discovered that Sam was Jackie in August of 2015. She was understandably devastated. In retaliation, this is nuts. In retaliation to Mary ending their relationship, Jackie as Sam, under the pen name Sam, who insisted their romance was the real deal, exposed the reality star's sex and private voicemails via his blog. Sam went so far as to write a book titled Almost Married, MERI''ED, because Mary's name is spelled MERI.
Oh my God.
Which was later made available on Amazon.
Oh no, he self-published.
Yeah. So that's according to In Touch Weekly. The scandal was definitely the nail in the coffin for Mary and Cody's sexual relationship, staying, quote, spiritually married, but only in a platonic way.
Okay.
Props, because Cody had been shit on by Mary so hard in the leaked communications and like never ate a banana like that for him. So where did you think this was going to go? And this whole scandal was a press nightmare. Yet Cody didn't want to be the one to end the marriage because that would look poorly upon his Mormon polyamorous sensibilities. He's like, we're not married. We're not acting as married. I said to him, then if that's where we are, don't you think we should address that publicly? And he said, no, I don't want to address it. I don't want that to be out there publicly because I don't want that judgment. Meaning I don't want to lose our show. She was willing to work on the marriage and almost wooed him back on their 30th spiritual wedding anniversary by presenting him with 30 Rice Krispie treats, his favorite dessert, one for each year of their relationship.
Oh, that's way too many Rice Krispie treats.
I don't know.
One is too many.
You're wrong, but okay. But that is his favorite dessert.
Okay.
Somehow even this was not good enough to keep the spark alive.
I'm sorry, that does sound like the most Mormon, apology.
The blandest dessert bar that I love, but you're not impressing anybody with a Rice Krispie treat. It's fucking marshmallows, butter, and Rice Krispies.
You make it in batches.
Yeah.
It's just as hard to make one
as it is to make 30.
30.
Mary also had a falling out with Robin as a result of the scandal after discovering that fucking Robin knew that Sam was not Sam, that Sam was this Jackie person.
Oh, no. Robin.
Yeah, long before Mary did.
What a bitch.
At least if she didn't know Jackie, she knew Sam was a catfish and she chose not to tell her or try to explain it to her or help her.
Oh, God.
Like, girl code means fuck all to Robin. Robin just wants to get her bag and, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm the more I looked into this, the less of a fan I was of Robin.
I'm not a fan of Robin.
Other scandals include Cody's wife Janelle being his sister-in-law. So Janelle and Cody met when Janelle was still married to Mary's brother.
What the fuck?
Cody was legally married to Mary. Mary's brother, Adam Barber, was married to Janelle. Janelle and Cody met through Mary. Adam and Janelle broke up. Janelle married Cody spiritually. Hashtag keep it in the family.
Hashtag spiritually. What the fuck?
Yep.
This guy, for having such a moral high ground, really doesn't have many morals.
No, he's disgusting. The family fled Utah and moved to Nevada in 2011 to, according to Cody, take advantage of their lower income and property taxes and seek a community more accepting of their lifestyle. However, they left Nevada for Arizona in 2018 after failing to pay the taxes on their large Nevada compound. This is part of just a long history of financial trouble. They had filed a bankruptcy in 2005, and they were still in pretty serious debt and in trouble with the tax man.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's
pay
gotta
your
be-
taxes. How hard is it?
Well, he's also supporting 4 wives and 18 kids.
He chose this.
I know.
He very much chose this.
Oh, so much chose this. But their abrupt move to Nevada turned out to be because of an ongoing police investigation into their illegal marriage practices in Utah. They were formerly kind of left alone, but then thrust into the spotlight because of the success of Sister Wives.
So what about their arrangement?
We're gonna get
exactly
to it.
Okay.
Don't worry, there are 3 or 4 more slides. We're going to get to all of it, baby. The police investigation had gotten so bad that the family packed up and fled in 3 days to Las Vegas. So much for hiding in plain sight. It was like, no, we're too famous. They're looking at us too closely.
If you find yourself fleeing to Las Vegas with your
4
dozen
wives
or so children,
and 18 children,
you gotta take a beat.
evaluate your life. Take a nap. Touch grass.
Something.
The Brown family had been pushing back against the laws in Utah for years, even filing lawsuits against the state in an attempt to legalize their family situation. So this is from Screen Rant. Quote, the family ended up winning their case in a 2014 judgment where a judge ruled in favor of their lifestyle and polygamy is now legal. For many polygamous families, this has been a win for them, as Seeking Sister Wives reality star Colton Winder, I think that was a spinoff show on TLC about like a different guy who was looking for this similar situation.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And his family now live together where previously they could not. Loosening laws and representation in the media, more specifically TLC, has bolstered other families to step into the light and live more authentically. Which, that's a pretty way to package it. I mean, I do not care or have any strong opinion on polyamory consensually in a relationship. I really don't. I don't care what people do in a marriage. Mm-hmm. Again, it's very exploitative. It's very much for the views. It's like he's doing fucked up shit and to these women and they're involved in.
Yeah,
it's too much.
The religious aspect,
it makes it gross to me.
And that all of that is built on sexual abuse and etc. I mean,
yeah, there's a reason we're not even fucking talking about the Duggars or any of that shit.
Oh God, yeah,
they're all trash. So to answer your question, let's break down the legal mess in Utah. This is from Wikipedia because I'm not a fucking legal mind and I couldn't have rewritten this better myself. So on September 27th, 2010, the day after Sister Wives debuted, police in Lehi, Utah, Lehi announced they were investigating Cody Brown and his wives for possible charges of bigamy, a 3rd-degree felony, which carries a possible penalty of 20 years in prison for Cody and up to 5 years in prison for each wife.
Jeez.
Once the investigation concluded, the police turned their evidence over to the Utah County Attorney's Office for review. Despite Brown being only legally married to one woman, Lehi police noted that the state code identifies bigamy through cohabitation, not just legal marriage contracts.
Oh.
In response to the investigation, the Browns released a statement, quote, we are disappointed in the announcement of an investigation, but when we decided to do this show, we knew there would be risks. For the sake of our family and most importantly our kids, we felt it was a risk worth taking. I don't know. The Brown family hired the George Washington University constitutional law scholar Jonathan Turley, a vocal critic of anti-polygamy laws, to prepare a legal defense in the event that charges are filed. As a result of the series and legal scrutiny that came with it, Mary lost her job in the mental health industry shortly after Sister Wives debuted, even though her employer knew about the polygamous marriage before the show aired. Additionally, Cody said the show negatively affected some of his advertising sales, with some clients opting to take their business elsewhere due to publicity from the show.
I feel like you can't agree to be on a reality show that's like a total expose of like your life, your family, maybe some of the more controversial things, and expect to keep your day job.
No, that's at least a huge risk that you are entering into.
Yeah.
But the Browns do come out on top in this situation. On July 13th, 2011, the Browns filed a complaint in the United States District Court for the District of Utah, challenging Utah's criminal polygamy law, and released the following statement. There are tens of thousands of plural families in Utah and other states. We are one of those families. We only wish to live our private lives according to our beliefs. While we understand that this may be a long struggle in court, it has already been a long struggle for my family and other plural families to end the stereotypes and unfair treatment given consensual polygamy. We are indebted to Professor Turley and his team for their work and dedication. Together, we hope to secure equal treatment with other families in the United States. So on June 1st, 2012, the criminal case against the Browns was dropped, but the civil suit filed by the Browns remained active after the U.S. District Judge Clark Waddups refused to dismiss it, saying that this, quote, strategic attempt to use the mootness doctrine to evade review in this case draws into question the sincerity of the Utah County Attorney's contention that prosecution of plaintiffs for violating this statute is unlikely to recur. The hearing on the case occurred on January of 2013. On December 13th, 2013, Judge Waddups ruled that the portions of Utah's anti-polygamy laws which prohibit multiple cohabitation were unconstitutional, but also allowed Utah to maintain its ban on multiple marriage license. Unlawful cohabitation, where prosecutors did not need to prove that a marriage ceremony had taken place, only that a couple had lived together, had been a major tool used to prosecute polygamy in Utah since the 1882 Edmunds Act. And this is actually how the case was built against the Browns, because they were having ceremonies, even if they weren't legal. And those ceremonies, like photos of the ceremonies, talking about the ceremonies in like the beginning episodes, were all on the show.
Oh,
and
my
so
God.
that was proof for the state to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The cohabitation thing we kind of like don't worry about. But if you had a ceremony, then you can be, you can like file your taxes and be considered by the state as common law married.
Oh.
So this is illegal because it puts them into that common law category.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, shouldn't have had a party.
I know. It's like way more complicated than I thought. Like all these little pieces have to fit just right to make this work, which like I do have feelings about laws determining what a family looks like, because I think that true freedom means that people really can like live and love how and who they want to, as long as everybody involved is safe. Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of these laws in place because many of these, especially like deeply religious polygamous families, have consistent issues with child abuse, child sexual abuse, child trafficking and exploitation. Mm-hmm. And so like we need some of these laws in place to protect the people in these families that can't consent. And those people are children. You know, so it's tough. It's tough. And it's definitely a case by case situation. And I'm not one for overreaching government that like gets in the way of what's going on in people's lives and in their bedrooms. And I want to make sure that like kids aren't being fucking abused and exploited in situations that for whatever reason, whether it's the religious part, whether it's sort of like the dominating patriarchal structure, but like abuse does happen in these situations. And we want protections in place there. I don't know what the answer is. It's just a complicated issue.
Yeah, and it's kind of made more complicated because these are Utah laws. Mm-hmm. And obviously the Mormon Church has a long history with Utah. Mm-hmm. So even just the language of that law talking about like, oh, well, you had a celebration.
Yep.
That means you're married.
Mm-hmm. Now you can be considered common law.
Yeah, I guess that is what it meant in 1882 or whatever. But like they're outdated and they just don't work the same anymore. And also there's probably a lot of discrimination involved just because it's Utah, Mormons, blah, blah, blah. But to your point about protecting children, that's the goal.
And also you don't have to be Mormon to benefit from like legally protected polygamy. Like look at some other cults where there's like one usually male patriarch that then can quote unquote marry all of these wives and have sexual relationships with them that often include manipulation and abuse.
Yep.
It's just it's a slippery slope, and it's one of those yes and like, yes, I want consenting and safe people to have the kind of relationship that works for them, and I don't want it to be easy for not consenting or manipulated or abused people to be trapped in a situation that's protected by the law.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. It's fucking hard.
Well, good thing this was all televised.
Yep. The state of Utah appealed the ruling to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit. Oral argument was held on January 21st, 2016. The state of Utah was represented by Parker Douglas. The plaintiffs were represented by George Washington University Law School professor Jonathan Turley, who was acting pro bono because this is like his passion. On April 11th, 2016, a 3-judge panel of the 10th Circuit unanimously ordered the district court to dismiss the case on standing grounds. Judge Scott Matheson Jr. wrote for the court and was joined by Judge Bobby Baldock and Judge Nancy Moritz. The court relied upon the Utah County Office's policy limiting polygamy prosecutions to those involving alleged child bigamy, fraud, abuse, or violence, concluding that policy eliminated any credible threat that the Browns will be prosecuted. So it's like, we have enough information to know that the things that are supposed to be protected by law are not happening here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pointless. Like, he's legally married to one. They're all living together. We don't fucking care. We're done. We're done spending money on this. We're fucking over it.
Yeah.
So they ended up winning basically just because they annoyed every court to death and weren't like actively harming their families. So, but yeah, that's my rundown of Sister Wives.
That's a fucking lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And I do remember seeing clips of like sister wife, you know, of like them having a family meeting and then like one of the wives is like crying or something. And he just comes off as a dick.
Yeah, he does.
And he's got 18 children.
Yeah. I mean, they're not all his, but yeah, he has a lot of kids.
He's got a lot of children that he influences.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that all the wives dipped and now we can finally be free of having this fucking man in the media. Like, I'm done platforming this man.
So it's over, right? The show is over?
I'm not 100% sure. Let's find out. Hey, Siri. Was TLC's Sister Wives canceled? Yep, it's canceled.
Okay.
I guess it was canceled in 2018, so.
Well, maybe we TV will
on
pick
TV
up the
otherwise.
show.
Maybe.
They seem like.
Picking up the pieces with Cody Brown.
Ew.
Sister X's.
Sister Wives, what once was,
What once was, the X Factor,
Wives
we fought
in
the law,
crisis.
and we won, Lives in Crisis, featuring Mama June.
Cody needs a paycheck.
Yeah, that's really the name of the show.
Yeah.
Cody needs a fucking paycheck.
Cody
So yeah,
needs to catch up on his debt.
he's got Robin. They're still married.
Well, good.
Yep.
For them.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. Fucking gross. TLC.
TLC. What a
ride.
fuck?
What the fuck? Go to bed.
Go to bed, TLC.
Please.
No one's learning around here.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on this very silly little adventure we just took.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And if you want to see Amanda's PowerPoint, make sure you join us on Patreon for $5 a month on up. You get access to all of our video content. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.